Science fiction is not just special effects and spaceships. These are worlds where philosophy, politics, psychology, and even black humor are intertwined. Today, we will analyze series that offer a fresh look at familiar genres, surprise with original ideas, and make you think about the future. Star Trek. Picard is an American science fiction television series that continues the story of Admiral Jean-Luc Picard 20 years after the events of Star Trek Into Darkness, 2002. Picard, now retired and living on his family's vineyard in France, faces new challenges related to his past and the fate of the galaxy. The series received mixed reviews. Some critics noted that it strayed from the sci-fi core of the franchise, focusing on darker and more dramatic aspects. Others, on the contrary, praised the deep psychological portrait of Picard and his inner turmoil. Personally, I think that Star Trek, Picard offers a fresh take on a familiar universe, revealing new layers to the characters and their relationships. Although some of the storylines may seem controversial, the series successfully combines nostalgia with a modern narrative, asking viewers to think about difficult moral and ethical questions.
This is life or death.
It's always life or death.
The War of the Worlds is a modern adaptation of the classic novel by H.G. Wells, created jointly by the USA, Great Britain, and France. The plot revolves around astrophysicist Catherine Duran, who detects a signal of extraterrestrial origin. Soon after, the Earth is attacked by aliens, which leads to the mass destruction of humanity. The survivors try to understand the reasons for the invasion and find their loved ones. The series offers a deep psychological portrait of the survivors, their struggle and adaptation to the new world. However, despite the interesting idea, some viewers note the slow pace of the narrative and the lack of dynamics. Nevertheless, for fans of science fiction and dramas, the series may be of interest due to its atmosphere and the depth of the characters. The Man in the High Castle is an American television series that ran from 2015 to 2019, based on the novel of the same name by Philip K. Dick. The series is set in an alternate reality in which World War II was won by Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan. The United States of America is divided between these powers, with the eastern half controlled by the Nazis, the western half by the Japanese, and a neutral zone in between. The main characters, including Juliana Crane and Frank Frink, are drawn into the resistance, which seeks to reveal to the world the truth about a possible, different outcome of the war through the distribution of banned films showing an alternate history. The series received positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an approval rating of 96% based on 53 reviews, with an average score of 7.710. Viewers have noted that the series is very unusual, presenting a story about a parallel reality where the Nazis won World War II. It is noted that it detailedly conveys the atmosphere of the Nazi Reich and Japan as they might have been, and realistically depicts an alternate reality. However, some viewers find the series monstrously depressing and insanely drawn out.
A way out. People say we know everything.
Electric Dreams is a British science fiction anthology series based on the works of cult writer Philip K. Dick.
How's your memory?
Each of the 10 episodes is a standalone story inspired by his short stories, such as Auto Factory, The Bleak Stranger, and The Pass. The series covers a wide range of fantasy genres, from classic space opera to stylish cyberpunk. However, in each case, style is not the main thing, and Dreams does not focus on special effects. They are needed here, used only to create the necessary entourage of each specific story, which has a certain ending, but not a beginning, as if taken out of context. Visually, the series is impressive. Each episode has a unique atmosphere and style, which emphasizes the diversity of the worlds created by Philip K. Dick. The cast includes such famous performers as Bryan Cranston, Steve Buscemi, and Anna Paquin, which adds depth and credibility to the characters. Gen V is a 2023 superhero television series that is a spin-off of the popular show The Boys. The action takes place at Godolphin University, where young people with superpowers study to become the next wave of superheroes. The main character, Marie Moreau, who has the ability to control blood, enrolls in this prestigious university, striving to take a place among the superhero elite. The series received mixed reviews. Some viewers note that Generation 5 offers an interesting look at the world of superheroes through the prism of youth culture and the problems of growing up. However, others criticize the show for being too drawn out and lacking in dynamics, which makes some episodes boring. Visually, the series retains the signature style of The Boys, combining a dark atmosphere with black humor and satire on modern society. It's worth noting, however, that Generation 5 may feel less mature than the original, focusing on teenage dramas and the characters' internal conflicts. Secret Level is a 2024 animated anthology series created by Tim Miller and David Fincher. The series consists of 15 episodes, each inspired by popular video games such as Dungeons & Dragons, Sifu, and Pac-Man. The voice cast includes celebrities such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Keanu Reeves, and Kevin Hart. Each episode is a standalone story that immerses the viewer in the unique world of a particular game. For example, the Dungeons & Dragons-based episode follows the elven paladin Mora and her team as they rescue the captive Solon. Other episodes explore darker interpretations of games, such as Warhammer 40,000 and Pac-Man, while also featuring immersive Sifu-style animation. The series has received mixed reviews. Some critics have noted that Secret Level offers rich visuals and deep references to the game universes, making it appealing to gamers and animation buffs. However, others feel that the series suffers from monotony and lack of depth, turning into a series of videos without a coherent narrative. Tales from the Loop is a 2020 science fiction series inspired by the works of Swedish artist Simon Stålenhag. The plot focuses on the inhabitants of a small town located above a mysterious scientific facility called the Loop. Experiments conducted in the Loop affect the surrounding reality, creating unusual phenomena and situations that local residents encounter. Each episode is a standalone story exploring human emotions and relationships against the backdrop of fantastic events. The series raises themes of loss, loneliness, and the search for meaning in life, using elements of science fiction as a tool for deep immersion in the psychology of the characters. The visual style of the series deserves special attention. Retro futuristic aesthetics, combining elements of the 70s and 80s with advanced technology, create a unique atmosphere. However, the slow pace of the narrative and melancholic mood may seem boring to some viewers. Upload is a science fiction series set in 2033, when people can upload their consciousness into a virtual afterlife. The main character, programmer Nathan Brown, finds himself in the elite digital world of Lakeview after a fatal accident. There, he meets Nora, a tech support operator who begins to suspect that Nathan's death may not have been accidental. The series combines elements of romantic comedy and social satire, asking viewers to think about the future of technology and its impact on life after death. Some critics note that Upload is not a dark dystopia, but a light comedy with elements of social satire. Viewers also highlight the interesting plot and humor, although some believe that the series can be drawn out and does not always hold attention. Visually, the series is impressive. The landscapes and visual effects create a bright and memorable world. However, the audience's perception of the series is ambiguous. Some note that after a few episodes, interest wanes and the relationships between the characters seem emotionless. The Expanse is a science fiction series that aired from 2015 to 2022. The action takes place in the 23rd century, when humanity has colonized the solar system. Earth, ruled by the UN, Mars, and habitable asteroids are in a tense relationship. The plot begins with an investigation into the disappearance of a young woman, which leads to the disclosure of a large-scale conspiracy that threatens the fragile peace between the planets. The series received high marks from viewers and critics. On Kinopoisk, users note the detailed world of the future and the exciting plot. Personally, I think that The Expanse stands out among modern science fiction series due to its deep plot and developed characters. It skillfully combines elements of a detective story, a political thriller, and a space opera, which makes it interesting for a wide audience. However, the slow pace of the narrative in some episodes may scare off viewers who prefer more dynamic plots.
Why couldn't we have brought more light?
Fallout is a 2024 post-apocalyptic television series based on the video game series of the same name. Set in the year 2296, more than 2 centuries after a nuclear disaster, the series follows Lucy McLean, a young woman from the Vault who goes in search of her kidnapped father, and Maximus, a Brotherhood of Steel fighter who discovers the internal problems of his organization. Their paths cross with a mysterious ghoul, an outstanding bounty hunter, which leads to a joint journey through the dangerous wasteland. The series has received mixed reviews. Some viewers note that the whole idea of the Great Fallout is turned inside out, and the plot seems frankly weak. Others, on the contrary, consider it very high quality, immersive, and story-driven. Critics note that the series offers rich visuals and deep references to the game universes, making it attractive to gamers and animation lovers. Personally, I think Fallout successfully captures the atmosphere of the original games, offering viewers a deep dive into the post-apocalyptic world. While some of the storylines may be controversial, the series combines nostalgia with modern storytelling, making you think about survival and human nature in extreme conditions. Each of these series reveals the world of science fiction in its own way, from dark dystopias to intriguing investigations in space. Which of them interested you the most? Share in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new reviews.